Hey everyone, Sidewalk Running here, Sidey for short, and welcome to Concrete Vlog number 4. So it's actually Tuesday. I did not get a chance to go running yesterday. I took care of a lot of chores. I did a lot of cooking. It was just basically a very busy day of trying to get the week started off. And of course, you know, I was off yesterday, but still a lot to do. You know, still a lot that had to be done. This week is going to be pretty much similar to the last few weeks, where we're going to be doing 5 miles, and then a long run. Like I said last episode, I don't think I'm going to go much further than probably 15 or 16. That might change, but for right now, I don't want to try pushing my limits that hard just yet. Maybe next month we can start experimenting a little bit more with longer runs. Overall, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Legs are pretty strong. I was figuring I would be a lot more sore after the 16 miles, but actually I feel fine. You know, obviously the next day I was like, I can't get up. I don't want to do anything. But, you know, in terms of like, you know, pain or anything like that, no, I actually felt okay. So I don't know, maybe I will be up for longer miles. We'll have to see. So it's not terribly dark out yet, but for wearing my light vest anyway, you never know. But in the meantime, 5 miles awaits. The water's so low, you can see right down to the bottom. Dare I cross? So strike 1, I forgot my headlamp, even though I remembered my vest. And strike 2, I forgot my water bottle. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting 5. That's my old high school. We were the Wildcats. That was our mascot, which my mother always used to love because she loved anything big with cats. She was a big cat person. I guess that's why I've probably had a dozen or so cats in my life. Once again, the cat takes over everything. Cat, if you don't mind, I'd like to share the origin story of the Sidewalk runner. You know, this guy. Another 5 miles down, we're at 72 for the year. I'm gonna hit 100 before this month is over. Last week I shared my story of how I got started in running. Well, what about the Sidewalk runner? Where did that come from? How did I come up with that? So for those who are curious on where Sidewalk runner even came from, let's talk. So where the heck did I come up with Sidewalk runner anyway? Well, where all great ideas are born. The shower. I'm not kidding. Believe it or not, I've actually been on YouTube since the early days, back when they were using the star system, but that's a channel long, long gone. The actual sort of genesis of the Sidewalk runner is actually a tech channel that I created called Tech with Brandon, which is actually still up today. I haven't gotten rid of it. I had to do something about that. As the name would imply, it was pretty much a channel based around technology and some of the projects I had going on. I'm a system administrator by trade. That's what I do as for my job. So, you know, I figured I can lend my knowledge to the rest of the world. Just simply have a tech channel and, you know, just make cool videos. At around that same time was actually when I started getting into running. And I remember watching a few other YouTube channels that were focused on fitness and running, and actually thought, you know, maybe I could do some of those videos. Those sound really cool, and I have a few things to share, you know, being a first-time runner at that time. But I realized that that would not fit a tech channel, so I either needed to separate them somehow or just simply create another channel. And so I did, which was called Tech with Brandon Fitness. And essentially it was, you know, sort of a sister channel, even though the two channels really didn't have anything to do with each other. And remembering back, I remember that the tech channel was getting more subscribers but less views, and the fitness channel was vice versa. So I was kind of having a balance of what I wanted to really do. Did I want to keep going with technology, or did I want to keep going with fitness? So I did a number of videos for both channels, but then there came a point where I stopped. I had a bunch of other priorities. We were getting ready to move into this house at the time. And I kind of just got it left in the background while I was taking care of other stuff. You know, I remember I had them, but I just like, you know what, I'll deal with those another day. Flash forward to around April 2017, and I was about to go on an 8-mile run. I remember this. I was about to go on an 8-mile run, and I get an I was going out the door, I hear my phone buzz, I get an email from YouTube about Tech with Brandon Fitness, and going like, oh, hey, your channel's doing okay, here are your stats, blah, blah. And as I'm looking at it, I'm realizing I need to do something with this. Otherwise, it's just gonna haunt me of like, do I close the channel? Do I keep going with it? What do I do? So on the 8 mile run, I essentially just think of all these ideas like, should I shut it down? Should I maybe make some more videos? But Techo Branded Fitness, that name isn't really good. Should I change it to something else? And then it kind of stuck to me for a second. Well, what if you did change the name? What if you branded it differently? What if you made it a little bit more into a fitness sort of channel? A little bit more recognizable. So the entire last half of the 8 mile run, I'm just sitting there just throwing just random names out. I'm just going like, how about Fast Guy or Speed Boy or I don't know, just anything that sounded fast and sounded like it could be fitness related. I just kept going in my head, just kept going with it. So I get back in the house and I jump in the shower. I stop myself and say, okay, bring it down to a logical core. What are you? Well, I'm a runner. Okay, where do you run? Usually in the outdoors and usually in the suburbs. I don't usually go to trails or anything, but usually around neighborhoods and such. On the sidewalk? And thus Sidewalk Runner was born. And I actually really like the name. It tells you what I do and where I like doing it. And the name Sidey, just a short name for Sidewalk. Keep it simple. As for my two cats, the Sidewalk Sitter and the Sidewalk Slacker, Sidewalk Sitter got her name because she would always sit on my desk in front of me when I was trying to live stream, hogging up the camera, and Sidewalk Slacker, just a lazy Siamese. Hey, Wednesday. And I actually got home a little bit early, which is really good because it's light out, and I think instead of a run, we're gonna go for a ruck. And of course, if you guys have watched my previous video, rucking is actually pretty good for me, especially my back, because it actually changes my posture a bit, and I do have back problems, so it's definitely a nice way to change it up. And I did confirm with the Run 1,000 Mile Challenge group on Facebook that rucking does count. And what I was told was that deliberate exercise counts, so rucking 10 miles does count towards your 1,000 miles, but being in Disney World with a backpack on doesn't. I actually do enjoy rucking. I think I naturally kind of want to speed up when I'm rucking because I always feel like, oh, I can go faster, but that's not really how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to keep a nice even pace. You've got a 20-pound backpack on you, so maybe you shouldn't. So yeah, I'm using the same 24-pounder on me. I thought that's a nice balance. You're supposed to do no more than like I think 10 or 15% of your weight, so that's a good solid number for me, and I've been comfortable with it. I've been carrying it around once in a while on walks, so it's okay. So we're not running 5 miles, but we're gonna crush it anyway. I've had about 3 runners pass me so far, and I just have this little itch that I want to just burst speed and try to catch up to them. But if I tried that with this backpack on, not gonna have a good day. Yeah, that's not as impressive unless I run. That's not happening. That'll do. Alright, 6 miles conquered. So some of you guys might be thinking, well, it's walking, so it really isn't going to be burning any more calories than if you were running given the same distance. You are correct, but not by a whole lot. Believe it or not, rucking actually burns a similar amount of calories as running. And the benefit is that you're not doing it over a short period of time. It's a bit longer, but that also means you're not putting as much stress in your body overall. Compared to running, you are walking at a slower pace, but because of the weight on your back, you are actually putting a similar amount of stress on your limbs, and therefore you're exerting more energy. For those of you who say that you hate running, rucking actually might be up your alley. All you need is a target distance in mind and a backpack with some weight in it, be it some water bottles or even some weights if you have them around, and you can do it in your own neighborhood. Essentially what you're doing is creating a constant plateau of energy burn, and that ultimately pays off as miles increase. and you're actually not putting as much stress on your joints, and that can actually be a big factor for some people. Bottom line, rucking, walking, just get outside. Hey everyone, looks like this week's adventure is too big for one video, so check in for part 2 and we'll be going on an epic Saturday long run. Till next time, keep on running.